Well, hello everyone, this is French. Today, I would like to communicate with you from the perspective of a non-profit organization, a business owner. In my channel, I have done video on multiple subjects, and my concentration is money, and I'm all about helping other people. At the end of the day, it's not the money that motivates me, it's the ability to have impact. And I like to have impact directly with people. I like to know who I impact. Did I mention the word impact? Yeah, exactly. In my past efforts, I collected clothes, shoes, and winter wears, boots, and I like to know. I like to communicate, keep in touch with people that I impact. There's been a growing concern about food insecurity, and just about most churches have some kind of a food bank to basically collect food from local shops, have grants, money given to them for the purpose of streamlining their food banks. I have a different opinion on that. It probably would not be an opinion that you agree with, but I am of the belief that helping people economically uplift themselves is the best way to have impact. Here's the problem with food banks. You drive by on a typical Saturday morning, or through my own church, for instance, there is a wonderful gentleman. He has a heart of gold. Right after service, or even before service, he filled up his truck of food that he acquires from different local shops, and he would line up the back of his truck, several tables, to provide foods for the local people due to economic shortage, due to economic challenges. And he's been doing it for quite some time, even though he has some health challenges, has multiple operations. But this guy is a walking, breathing Good Samaritan. And however great, there's a food bank that actually is available in church, where every other Thursday, Saturday mornings, people gather together to serve, and there would be a line of people lined up in a system to receive their weekly collection of food. I am of the belief that from the Bible, capitalism is a biblical method of economics. And there's also the idea of give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for life. Believe it or not, food banks occupy a very important part of our society. And there's nothing more awesome to actually go and help somebody in need. And there is a church that I basically go to. I have a friend who actually has his own food bank behind the church. People would line up every Friday, and there's nothing more amazing than to drive there and basically assist. We would line the pallets all over the place in the parking lot of the church. And he has donations, and he has grants, and people would line up The food basically is spread out on the ground, in the parking lot, in banana boxes, and there will be chicken, fish, meat, vegetables, cereals, soy milk, regular milk, pretty much every edible items, and sometimes a truck or trucks loads of dry goods, rice, beans, and others. To remain humble, I would help on a Friday night, on a Friday afternoon, and from time to time, through my own church, sometimes I visit. But due to my schedule, I don't have the ability to participate. We would have groups of people volunteer to give their time and serve. One system does not have anybody in the system. One church, my friends, and basically about an hour away from me, where we would line up the food on the ground, does not have a system. In other words, the people are not in a system. There's not like a database of people. We know who comes every Friday. And through my church, there is a computerized database. So we know who's coming, and certain people have been in the system for quite some times. Technically, these people are conditioned to remain in their situation simply because they know on a given Thursday, on a given Wednesday, or whatever day that they come in to collect food, assistance is going to be available for them. So technically, that's guaranteed. Now, from a church perspective, they're doing a great job providing assistance, a very needful service to the community. That's great. And there's a need for that. But the problem is, those people in a system, whether through my church or through my friends, back of another church, lined up, and you will see the same people coming every Friday, collecting bags of, not bags, banana boxes full of food. Some would collect for their friends, family members, or someone else in need. Through my church, people are in the system, coming in week after week, and basically pick up all the pre-filled bags of food. Now again, there is nothing wrong with those things, provided, of course, the intention is temporary. In other words, you come in because you're having a rough patch in life. You just recently lost your job, but this was never ever meant to be something permanent, where you come in and depend on the system. In a sense, you have from an individual perspective, you have no motivation, because you can have like a certain gaps in your budget that on a given Saturday morning, you can go to church A and pick up food, and you're in the system. You're in, we're talking about name, phone number, address, where they live, and how much and how long they've been in the system. Again, I'm dragging for a reason, because I'm having problem with this concept. And there are other churches, however, where people would necessarily lined up. I've seen other, driven by other places where an Adventist church come in, and basically they pick up food, and right after church, they would basically line up the bags, the boxes, and people come in and get their stuff. Whether people are in the system, whether people pick up stuff right after church, or whether people pick up stuff on a Friday afternoon, on the ground being served, great service. But whatever happens to these people's, in a sense, morale, when you know you are dependent on a handout on a specific day, chances are there are certain people who are psychologically not able to employ, not able to help themselves, or do not have enough, or who probably do not have the motivation to really uplift themselves, or there is a system in place to basically keep people in that condition. And so from the organization perspective, they look good, they provide a good service to society, help mankind. In some cases, take, just about to expire food and repurpose it in another place to meet needs. And to some family, this is just a lifeline. They count on it. But at the end of the day, that very same good intention, it's also psychologically conditioning people to remain where they are. I like to advocate for something smarter, better, where you provide economic assistance through a channel business where people learn to depend on themselves. Well, that's basically what my channel is all about. I focus on money. People come to me, they are entertained by my videos, and in the end, I educate people, well, somewhat about money. And I show people a system that they can plug into to increase their ability to earn, because the biggest problem you have as you get older, you have to find ways to earn more money. Okay, anybody can start where they are. Let's stay with the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Simple book, simple book. Okay, start, save 10% from what you earn. Take that 10%, put it somewhere and grow it, and take the increase, put it back in to grow it even more, reduce your expenses, and make sure that you are on guard so that way you don't lose money. And align yourself with people with experience to help you to minimize losses. Have some reasonable type of insurance, so in a rainy day or when things go bad, so that way you are protected. If you have the ability, if it depends on you, own where you live, and have some kind of reasonable insurance, and more importantly, do everything you can to increase your ability to earn. The recipe against inflation, taxation, increase your ability to earn. Providing assistance to someone, making sure that people always have a handout, does not condition, or perhaps positioning people to really elevate themselves from poverty. It's simply enabling people to remain where they are, because there's no motivation to really seek a better condition, because you will always have a place where to go to get a handout. And so the average person going to those things, or those places, churches, for food, assistance, or whatever, are probably not the most entrepreneurial type of people, because they have been psychologically programmed to remain, to stay below level of their capable achieving ability, or perhaps living below their potential. Because at the end of the day, every Friday, every Wednesday, every Saturday, a portion of what I would allocate to food is going to be available for me. Not the best type of food. Some cases it's completely food that is within a day old, or cans that are pretty much smashed, and then some places get, you know, real good quality food designed specifically for that via a grant. So if the food is fresh, canned, fully quality food, not just leftovers or damaged goods that some churches receive. But at the end of the day, we're talking about being in a psychological state where you are disempowered to lift up yourself from poverty because of your handout. Anyway, I'm probably already dragged this thing way too long, but I'm trying to painfully not be annoyed by it, but at the same time address the issue at the same time. How about those who have the ability, the mental competency to adapt to a business model to participate in financially uplift themselves, plugging into a monetary system such as Kinesis money that allows you to basically be fully dependent on yourself and pretty much not completely eliminate but diminish the impact of a banking system that is 100% fiat based, by reclaiming sovereignty, financial sovereignty, where the three modalities of money or currency velocities: gold and silver as God's money, fiat as government decrees currency, and the People's Revolution cryptocurrency. The future of currency velocity, the future of money movement. With 15 years, crypto is here to stay. Churches are beginning to adapt the idea of receiving crypto as a method of contribution, donation. There are services that are already available to allow churches to do so. Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book, Fake, where he talks about fake people, fake teachers, and fake assets. The idea is that gold and silver are God's money. Fiat is government decrees liability, and cryptocurrency, or the good crypto projects, or the People's Revolution. And that, my friend, is here to stay, and it's getting stronger by the day. Kinesis allow you to basically integrate all three of them into one ecosystem. With a free Kinesis account, you can have full control with a fully allocated gold and silver, either in physical form, because the Kinesis now has the bullion, the Kinesis bullion, currently being shipped in the US. A certain of your savings, discretionary savings that would sit in the bank being leveraged by the bank, can be allocated, placed into the Kinesis mint, where you convert your savings to God's money, protected against inflation, because gold is fungible, divisible, and it's in digital form that could be easily converted into physical for redemption as needed. You can have a choice between the bullion the physical gold and silver bullion, or the KAU, which is the digitization of gold, KAG, the digitization of silver. And you can import unlimited fiat into Kinesis, or export, meaning that take out of this ecosystem to bring to your bank account as you need to. At any given time, you bring into Kinesis fiat, you convert to either gold or silver or crypto, do whatever transaction you would do in crypto. You can integrate your family into the Kinesis money system, where if you were to go to a restaurant with a family member, for instance, and where you can split the charges for a fine dinner, or you go to concert, you go to museum with your family, you purchase something, and at the end you split the fees, you split the charges, the tips. Where if you have family members outside the US or outside wherever you are, if within your family there are need for sending, receiving, exchanging, selling, wherever there is currency movement or velocity, somebody is making money from that transaction. And with the Kinesis low fees, you can actually integrate your family members into the Kinesis money system, where you can do the money transfer between you and family members, business or organizations. Instead of paying a fee from an organization perspective to a company that charges you a fee for managing your crypto settlements, you can use Kinesis for all your donations, contributions, and you do not have to pay a fee. And well, you are in control. At any given time, all your sending, exchanging, selling can be done through a method called minting. You can learn all about that, where you allocate a certain amount of gold or silver, 100 grams of gold or 200 ounces of silver, and then convert that into your spending allocation. And anything that you don't spend, any activities that you do not create in terms of money or currency movement, is automatically held at 15% on a monthly basis, payable in gold and silver. The minting allows you to basically lock in, not lock in, but to basically deposit either fiat or crypto into a special minting account, and that becomes your sending, saving, exchanging or selling. You create velocity at a lower fee, and you can even do your bill paying. If you own a business, you can actually use the Kinesis merchant option to do all your activities, allow your customers to pay or do all, basically bring gold and silver as you're on your own gold standard using God's money. If you own a business, you can basically integrate Kinesis into your business, and basically you're in control. And those of you who are in crypto, Kinesis has a cold wallet S, a cold wallet that allows you to store your crypto assets, tokens or coins, offline. And those of you who are involved in sending, selling, or transporting, or exporting, or sharing, sending money to family long distance, and because Kinesis is global, wherever you have family members, associates, friends, if you have to transfer money to and from, all of you can have a Kinesis account and use that as a way to basically create velocity. And wherever there is velocity, velocity means movement. If there is any kind of exchange, the low fees that you would pay in Kinesis is then transferred into the person, to the family, through a one-tier, affiliate, one tier. Every time you share Kinesis with other people, whatever they do, any kind of money movement they do, 7.5% of the fee earns is shared with you for life. So no more using Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, or any of those other services. Imagine that you have to spend money back home constantly. Now, obviously, there's people who participate. There are some places where the technology is not there. So, we're talking about people who are reasonably techno-savvy, competent, because it's not your typical ecosystem. It's a little bit challenging, but at the same time, very rewarding. Low fees, low yield on the acquisition of gold and silver, and definitely easy to use, easy to integrate within a business, family, organizations. And in addition to that, since your ability to earn needs to be increased at all times, you have to look for ways, instead of looking for another job, instead of looking for another gig, the holidays coming up, instead of looking for a temporary part-time gigs to bring in cash flow. Allow me to introduce you to a cash flow generating machine through Miracle Technologies, where you can participate in multiple passive ways to earn cash flow coming in. So you can use a smarter ecosystem such as Kinesis for all your money activities. Not necessarily depending 100% on the bank. You now have a global monetary system wherever you go. Your money is exchangeable. You can have multiple foreign currency pairs within the Kinesis system: gold and silver, gold and crypto, silver and crypto, crypto to crypto. And you can bring in unlimited fiat and take out unlimited fiat to your bank account, giving you a fully global system, a global economic powerhouse. One gives you the ability to increase your earning potential, cash flow, bringing cash flow through cash flow NFT using Miracle Technologies. You're part of ownership in a cash flow generating business, and more importantly, if you're raising money for anything, you get the cash flow coming in to do that. And if you have to send, receive, sell, exchange, or transfer, use Kinesis money to allow you to do all that where you are in complete control. That's the beauty of merging two very important ecosystems, Kinesis money and cash flow NFT. One gives you the ability to increase your cash flow coming in, and the other allows you to integrate your existing lifestyle, family member, business, or organizations to empower you, to give you complete financial sovereignty. So I begin with the idea of the problem of food banks. So the typical person who would depend on a handout on a regular basis now have a way to increase their ability, which would remove the dependency on a system that keeps them basically financially conditioned to remain where they are. The idea of going to a food bank was supposed to be a temporary thing to give you like a short-term, just like you come from the US, you're going to, Africa, or you're going to Israel, you pass through Germany or UK or wherever as a layover. So you consider the food bank, any kind of temporary assistance where you get a leg up, is considered a layover to your final destination. The final destination is to remove any kind of dependency on a handout where you are completely financially sovereign. That's the idea. In the case where you have people coming from other countries escaping financially deplorable conditions. They're all going to be in need of financial, psychological, emotional, mental health, and all kind of aid. An organization can actually utilize the cash flow part of it, using Kinesis money to transfer funds between, especially if within that organization there are multiple branches. I'm basically giving you a story that is easily integrate two ecosystems that are equally independent but mutually complementary to one another. One gives you cash flow coming in, the other gives you complete financial certainty, and which is in itself a business that can be done, that could be for someone like me, a builder. I'm using that as a business model because within it there is a global bonus pool. Within it there is a cash flow coming in through 3 tiers. You know, I could build a team of motivated entrepreneurs and use that as a business because I have direct economic incentive to influence as many people as possible, because every person is like an island that I have not gone to, and every island is connected by surrounding island, and therefore I am economically incentivized to educate as many people because everybody gives me direct instant commission to allow me to do what I do best, help other people in need, economically empower those who are disadvantaged. So depending on what gets your attention about this video, whether you are a business, organization, a non-profit, you can leverage the Kinesis money system to have financial sovereignty. And you can bring cash flow to your family, business, organization through cash flow NFT, a regulated business model that allows you to bring in cash flow for any reason or cause. And Kinesis money allow you to then have instant control over your financial affairs, depending on God's money, integrate fiat, and also leverage crypto for its scalability. So depending on what you need money for, whether it's a family, business, or organizations, I will be you could say, your conductor to guide you and coach you into both how to integrate this ecosystem. So if you're the classic person who likes to help other people, this is perfect because it will empower you to have cash flow coming in so you could do the maximum good to maximum people. And if you need to increase your ability to earn, we have that as well. And if you're going through a rough patch or know someone who's going through a rough patch that they need, basic temporary assistance, you can do that, but that's not the long-term strategy. The long-term strategy is interdependency, not dependency. Anyways, so it's been a pleasure trying to connect with you on an emotional level to talk about a very important issue, sensitive subject, however, but definitely need to be addressed. And the idea is to help as many people as possible to become not dependent but interdependent, where we can empower, motivate, educate, influence one another, but not depend on each other. That's the idea. And entrepreneurship is the perfect way to give you that ability. You become an influencer, not one who depends on the system, depend on a handout, because that's not a long-term strategy. Anyways, get in touch with me. In the link of the description of this video, you will find a link for Kinesis. There's also a video that basically gives you a basic idea about Kinesis. There's a playlist for Kinesis. You can learn all about it. There's also a link in the description of this video to sign up for Cashflow NFT to begin the process of plugging into a cash flow generating system. And there's actually 2 or 3 playlists of the Cashflow NFT to basically give you an idea. 2 are independent but mutually beneficial and support one another, because one gives you financial sovereignty, the other gives you cash flow coming in, and you need both.